What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Work Knife Balance. I have a sweet knife that I'm actually really excited to show with y'all. I've been carrying this thing the last week, and this was a gift, I believe. If it wasn't, then my bad. But I believe it was a gift from another YouTuber, Just the Tip EDC. I will go ahead and put his link down below so you can follow his channel as well. I sent over my prototype for him to take a look at, and he took a look at it and sent this back with the prototype. This is some customizing that he's done on this knife, so you can't get it in this variation, but I absolutely love what he did with it. I also love this knife, and I'm really excited because it's coming from a brand that I typically stay away from because I haven't had good experiences with their knives. So before we get too far into this, I want to go ahead and say thank you to anybody who's already liked and subscribed to our channel. If you haven't, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. You can also head over to Instagram and like us at WorkKnifeBalance939. Great way to communicate with us. And if you send us something, we'll send you your knife back with one of these sweet stickers as some swag. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the Sencut Kyril, I believe, Kyril. This is a flipper knife, so it's got that flipper tab on the backside, and then if you're very careful, you can kind of do a little reverse flick on it. I can get it occasionally, but not all the time. So this typically doesn't come with this acid wash blade to it, but that is one thing that he customized on it, just the tip customized over there. And then it doesn't come with these scales dyed like this. I love these scales because they kind of match all the colors of the channel, which is fantastic. It was a kind of a perfect match. Some of my favorite colors out there. So he did acid wash the clip, I believe, as well with the blade to get it all through there. And I think he even acid washed the liners, or they're just kind of worn to look like it. So this backspacer usually comes jade. These handles are usually a jade G10, but he dyed it all together and it looks fantastic. I really love the blade. I really love the action. I know I've had a couple knives come through from Just the Tip EDC, and he is a wizard when it comes to dialing these things in. I don't know what he does, but the way he works on knives and how he fidgets with them and really kind of takes them apart and messes with them. Every knife he's either sent back to me or that he's sent over for me to look at or whatnot has been absolutely perfectly dialed, really good action. So I just want to give him a shout out because that is a really cool thing. And I wish it was a skill that I had. I can do it on some knives, but not every knife. So this is the Sencut Kyril. Does come in G10 handles with a 9CR 18 MOV blade. So it is a budget knife out there, but it is a really good one. That 9CR 18 MOV is not a bad steel. It's a really good steel. In my opinion, it's right in there with the D2 category, which makes sense because this is about a $50 knife. Depending upon which variation you get, it's $48, $51, or $52. So I don't know what the difference is between the 48, 51, and 52 other than color of G10 and blade finish, but that is the difference in the prices that you can get. And we'll go ahead and put some of those links below so you can check those out for yourself as well. Other than that, this thing is really ergo, really nice, holds great in hand, both front and reverse grip. It's kind of that perfect EDC size for me. This has kind of been the knife that I've been carrying. I love this blade style too, that kind of sheep's foot Wharncliffe blade style to it as well. This is that sheep's foot. This isn't really Wharncliffe, but it's got that sheep's foot blade style to it right there. You've got really good wide jimping, so there's there's gaps in between the jimps there, but it's deep, wide jimping, and it feels fantastic. And then the action on this knife, the way that it's able to just kind of snap out there for a budget knife. And for those of you who may be unaware, Sencut is the budget version of Civivi, which is the budget version of WE. So for a Sencut budget version knife, I was very impressed with the action and has been for a while. Been able to do some pretty sweet things with this knife, and like I said, it's been my cardboard warrior and package punisher as I've been using it to open Amazon packages, rip up cardboard, and just carry every day in my pocket for the last week or so since I got it in. And I'm really loving this knife for sure. Sitting on caged ceramic ball bearings, so that helps with the action as well. But yeah, it's just definitely dialed, and I'm going to give a lot of that credit to Just the Tip EDC and Sencut for getting that dialed in there. You do have a reversible deep carry pocket clip, so you can see the kind of recessed screws in there, and it does fit on this side. I do like how they put the one screw here. I don't know if it comes with the second. I'm assuming it doesn't, but they do have the one in here to hold this scale on, that then you would flip over to this side and put over there to hold that scale on. This show side, it's kind of hard to say that it would be this beautiful as a jade. I love the color, and I love the look of the acid wash with the color that he chose to customize this on, and that's just kind of one of the things that's been there. The clip material and all this hardware material is just stainless steel. It's nothing crazy, but it's going to be great for any sort of EDC knife. It's not going to be your hard use apocalypse knife or anything like that, but it's going to be a nice knife that has a hardness of 58 to 60, good steel for everyday carry, something that's not going to break the bank but is going to be trustworthy, great, easy to sharpen, and not have to really worry about anything when you take this out or use it like that. Has a really good flat grind. I don't know if this is the original edge. I mean, I know it's not the original sharpening, but I don't know if it's the original edge angle. So whatever is on this from what he sharpened it is super slicey. I just don't know what that original edge angle is coming out of the box and coming straight from Sencut, how slicey it would be. I'm assuming it's not that hard to get a production knife that's super slicey. Most production knives nowadays come and they are ready to go out the box, cutting up, slicing and dicing, so I'm assuming it would come just as sharp as this one did come from California, from just the tip there. So yeah, go ahead and do some measurements while we got it out here. Tip to tail, we're looking at about 7 inches. Blade length, we're looking at about 3.15 with a cutting edge of about 2.75. So it's perfect for me, especially being in Washington State. That 2.75 cutting edge is under 3 inches, which is what I can get away with easily here. We'll go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons. We've got the Civivi Elementum button lock there with the Ultim scales, and we've got the Spyderco Para 3. So definitely closer to that Elementum size, which is going to be that kind of EDC size that everyone's looking for, a lot of people love. There's going to be the occasional, I want a small knife or big knife, but that's going to be kind of the sweet spot for most people, so it fits right in there. It is going to be a little bit larger than that Elementum, but not much, and then a little bit smaller than that Para 3, especially in the width and how it goes on those scales. Give you a comparison to a large knife. We've got the Chris Reeves large Sebenza up there to kind of show you the difference between a large knife and this, which I would say is a EDC average good medium knife, full size medium knife. So yeah, so there's kind of our side-by-side comparisons, so you have an idea of what it would be looking to. This thing is a little bit off to the right, and I'm going to blame that on Sencut, so you can see how it kind of hugs this side, the show side, a little bit to the right. And that's just a budget knife, a $50 knife, but it has amazing action in what it is. So yeah, not much else to say about this. I do think it would be a solid knife. I personally like this variation of the knife more than any of the 3 that are available, so I would go with this acid wash and teal green scales over the jade and stone wash or the satin finish on some of the others or whatnot. So this would be my variation, and it is my variation because I have it here versus any of the others that are available out there. But this thing is absolutely beautiful. Love it. Great action. Solid knife. Once again, check out Just the Tip EDC. He does a lot of other customizing on his channel, and he has a really sweet collection that you can check out some of his knives as well. So not much else to say about this. Until next time, TTFN.